Ladies and gentlemen, Primetime CP23 here, back with another Diablo 3 Season 15 Starter Build Guide video. Ooh, that's a mouthful every time I say it. Today we're taking a look at the Necromancer, class that I have never mained, so bear with me here if I kind of struggle through a couple things here. But just to jump right into it, Necromancers start off with the Bones of Rathma set, which is the set you use for rat runs, which means there's going to be rats everywhere, night one of the season. In addition to the 4-piece bonus, which your 2-piece bonus, your minions have a chance to reduce the cooldown of Army of the Dead by 1 second each time they deal damage, and the 4-piece bonus, you gain 1% damage reduction for 15 seconds each time one of your minions deals damage. Max 50 stacks, max 50% damage reduction. You will see on screen that we have 2 legendary items on screen. Plus, we have the Circle of Nyluge Evil, or Julian's Love, however you want to say it, which is going to raise an additional skeletal mage with each cast, and they're going to last an additional 4 seconds. That means they're going to last 10 seconds, plus we're going to buff that a little bit more, which we'll get into when we get into passives and stuff. But the reason we have 3 legendaries in this build is very simple. So at level 1, we're going to use our blood shards from the Challenge Rift to get a Circle of Nyluge Evil. If you don't get it, then your leveling experience is going to be a little rough. I kind of recommend not even trying for it with your level 70 character. I kind of recommend if you don't get it when you're leveling or with your original blood shards, I recommend just starting a new character and seeing how it goes. Seeing if you can get it with your second try. As you can see here on d3planner.com/Kadala, at level 1, the Necromancer has only 2 legendary rings that it can roll. Circle of Nyluge Evil is one of them. Leoric Signet is the other, which is just a experience boost, which, yeah, that's nice, but not really necessary. If you are lucky enough to get a Circle of Julian's Love with your original 500 blood shards, that's great. 500 blood shards, you are going to have a little under 43% chance to get one at level 1. Not great odds, I know, but, you know, you can see you're going to get 2 mages. Each one is going to be super buffed. Also, we're going to be using the Reaper's Wraps, which is going to let health globes restore 29% of your resource. Why are we using this? Well, because you can get it 100% of the time just by killing Malthael at level 70, which you have to do for bounties for your seasonal journey anyway. So just make sure you're there when Malthael gets killed, and you will get the plans for Reaper's Wraps, and that's a free legendary item. That's really going to help out. It's going to help you get your essence back. Also, we have a Funerary Pick, however you pronounce that. The reason for that is because we're going to upgrade a one-handed scythe. When you upgrade a one-handed scythe, you have 4 options. You have Funerary Pick, you have Jessis Skull Scythe, you have Traggle's Carotid Fang, which is also good, or you have Scythe of the Cycle, which is also good. Funerary Pick is your worst option. Funerary Pick is the worst thing you can get. I upgraded one-handed scythe, as you'll see in the clip playing over there. That's not bad, because that just means that instead of using a generator like Grim Scythe, which I prefer, or Bone Spikes, which I also prefer, we're using Siphon Blood with the Bloodsucker rune. Siphon Blood is just going to generate 15 essence each time damage is dealt. Bloodsucker is going to allow you to pull in health globes within 40 yards while siphoning. That's a really long distance. That's basically your whole screen, and you're going to be siphoning them in constantly. With Funerary Pick, you also drain blood from 2 additional targets. That's even more essence regeneration. Kind of all works out pretty well. Your damage dealer is going to be Skeletal Mage with the Singularity rune. A lot of people a lot smarter than me have broken down why Singularity is broken and way overpowered. So I'll just let them discuss it. But it's necessary. You gotta use it. We are using Army of the Dead until we get our 6-piece bonus. Once we get that, there's no use for it. And I recommend dropping this for either a Curse or Blood Rush. You could probably honestly drop it for Blood Rush right now, and it would probably speed things up a little bit, but it's not super important. Army of the Dead with Death Valley. Number 1, it's really cool. It's a really cool cinematic, and all the enemies just rush towards the center. It looks really cool. Doesn't really do much damage, but it does knock everybody in. We are using Command Golem with the Bone Golem rune, which is going to create a little bone tornado wherever you summon him. As you can see, and everything gets damaged in there. Again, kind of cool cinematically. Command Skeletons with the Frenzy rune. So, this allows you to command your skeletons to attack one target, and it increases their damage. It's not super important. You mainly have this to make sure that you constantly have your full stacks of toughness, and to be knocking down the cooldown on Army of the Dead. And then Devour with Cannibalize. This is very important. It's almost necessary to numlock this. This is what it looks when you are properly numlocked. You are constantly casting. But it's very important because it's going to give you essence when you consume a corpse, and you're going to consume all nearby corpses, which is very important because that's how you're getting back your essence. You gotta have essence because you're dumping all of your essence constantly to raise a Skeletal Mage. Passives, we're using Final Service, which kind of sucks as a cheat death because it does kill off all your minions. But whatever, it's better than dying, I guess, especially if you're in hardcore. We're using Overwhelming Essence to buff our essence by 40. Extended Servitude is going to increase the duration of your Skeletal Mage and revive minions by 25%. No one uses Skeletal Mage. No one uses Revive, but whatever. And Life from Death. This means consuming a corpse with Devour has a, I believe it's 25% chance, it's either 20 or 25% chance to spawn a health globe. So, all of those corpses you're devouring, some of them are going to spawn corpses. You're going to siphon all those in with the Bloodsucker rune, and you're going to gain back resources from getting the health globes. It all works together. It all works together very well, and it's all very, very broken and unfair. But what are you going to do? So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about going to do it. As I went over in the cube, only Circle of Julian's Love, and then 2 things that don't help because you can't remove things from the cube. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to about do it for today's video. If you liked today's video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And until next time, this is Primetime CP23, and I'm out.